Okay, yehave daat shiur today. Le'elu nishmat Sarah bat Hana and Natan. Also, Yitzhak ben Gazila. What kind of name is Gazila?
Tripolitano. Gazila is Ayala.
Oh, Gazela. What country? What country is Gazela from? Libyan. Ah. They have an Aliyah Neshama.
אבא של אשתי.
Gazela. You're from Libya? Yehuda, your family's from Libya? Your whole family?
And it's Egypt.
Egyptian also.
Alexandria.
Alexander. Also her?
Yeah, no,
She's Libyan and you're Egyptian.
Yes.
Okay, here's the halakha question for today, Rabotai. Yehave daat, back to business. Yehave daat, second book. The question is, and it's apropos for these times because we know now that sunrise is very late these days. And so Hakam Ovadia was asked the following question. Po'alim mashkimekum וצריכים להופיע במקום עבודתם בשעות המוקדמות של הבוקר, למתי אפשר להטיל להם להתחיל בתפילה קריאת שמע ולהתעטף בסיסית ולהניח תפילין בברכותיהם, בפרט בימות החורף שהזריחה מתאחרת. So the question is, that asked the Chamodia is, when you have sunrise that's very late, like now, how do people who have to go to work, how do they pray the proper time to pray, and what can they skip and what can they do in order to make work on time? Now, before we jump into the halakha, there's a couple of things we have to do. First of all, we have to define the zman, and then we have to define terms. So just to define the zman, Maran Shulchan Aruch, Siman Petet, Zman Tefilat HaShahar, Mitzvata Shiathil Iman Netz HaHama. The proper zman for tefillah in the morning is Netz HaHama, which is called sunrise. K'dichtiv Yiraucha Im Shamish. V'mipaleh Mishe'ala Amud HaShahar, if someone prayed past tense, which means b'di'avad. If someone, anyway, they woke up earlier than sunrise and they prayed b'di'avad from Amud HaShahar, v'yid pinei mizrach, and the sky was getting lightened, yatsa, then you're yotzeh. So Maran Shulchan Aruch, black and white, says that the proper time for shaharit is Netz HaHama, sunrise. And if you prayed before sunrise, as long as it's after Amud HaShahar, b'di'avad, it's yotzeh. No. We're going to define it. We're going to talk about it right now. Now, Chacham David Yosef, he has the best summary that I found in all the books. Chacham David Yosef says as follows. This is the current chief rabbi. In his Sefer Halakha Biura. Le'or ha'amud yotzeh efo. שסדר העדיפות לגבי זמן תחילת זמן תפילת שמונה עשרה של שחרית הוא כדלהלן. Says Chacham David Yosef. This list is the preferred list of how you should pray. If you're wondering what's better, to pray before with the minyan, after without a minyan, before without a minyan, what should I do? This is the proper list, says Chacham Ovadia. Number 1, tefillah b'tzibur im hanetz hama. Praying netz with the tzibur, there's nothing better than praying netz with the minyan. Number 2, sunrise. Sunrise. Netz. Number 1, the best thing to do is to pray netz hama with the minyan. Nothing better than this. Number 2, bet tefillah biyahid ima netz hama. Praying netz by yourself. Only if you're going to have kavanah, which I don't know how many people like us can say that we have proper kavanah. But if you're a tzaddik and you have good kavanah in your tefillah, you want to wake up sunrise, you can't make it to shul, but you can pray by yourself, that's also very high on the list. Number 3, tefillah b'tzibur ahad hanetz hama. That's what we do almost every single day. Praying with the minyan after netz hama. Most people do this. Number 3. Good, it's right in the middle of the list. Number 4, tefillah biyahid ahad hanetz hama. Praying by yourself after sunrise. That's right after praying with the minyan after sunrise. Number 5, tefillah b'tzibur kodem hanetz hama b'shat hadahak or b'di'avad, says the Chacham David. Praying with the minyan before netz hama after alot hashahar, only if you have to, is fifth on the list. It's worse than praying by yourself after sunrise. And number 6, tefillah biyahid kodem netzahama. Praying by yourself before netzahama b'shat hadachak or b'di'avad. Everybody got it? Or the Yetzer Hara disturbed us in the middle? Yeah. Okay, so let's do it again. Okay. Okay, number 1. Chacham Navi says, here's the list of preferred. Praying with nets with the minyan. Praying by yourself at nets if you have good kavanah. Praying with the minyan after nets, which is what we do. Praying by yourself after nets. Praying with the minyan before nets is below praying with yourself. You understand this? Do I have to say this again? Praying with the minyan before nets. Praying before nets means sunrise now is 7 o'clock. You have a minyan that's Amidah 6:30. What's better, to pray by yourself at 7 o'clock or pray with the minyan at 6:30? Pray by yourself. Now there's a disclaimer. If they need you for minyan, they're not going to have minyan without you. That's a different situation. But let's say chazak or whatever, another shul.
Number 5.
Praying with the minyan before nets, and number 6, the last worst thing you could do, but still you're praying, but still worse, is praying by yourself before nets. That's the list of preferred times. Now, one more thing. Pu'alim mashkim mekum. When we say workers in this halakha, what does it mean, a worker? A worker doesn't mean someone who owns their own business and sets his own hours. It's an employee. It's someone like my dad. When I grew up, I used to go with my dad to shul as a kid until I learned the halakha, and I had stopped going to shul with my dad because my dad he prayed way before Netzah with the minyan because he would be fired. He worked in retail for someone in Manhattan in a hotel, in a jewelry store, and he'd be fired if he didn't show up to work. That's po'alim mashkim mekum. Po'alim mashkim mekum doesn't mean that you have the right to do whatever you want because you're the boss. If you could take a coffee break from 9 to 10 a.m., that's not po'alim mashkim mekum. You should pray 9 o'clock by yourself. Okay? But we're talking about guys who have to do it for their work.
So person is a flight.
That's a shot of dahak.
So I can
or you can pray on the plane. Or you can pray in the airport. Or you can pray in the Uber.
All these flights, what should I do when I'm trying to run somewhere and run my plane?
So go
Actually do it. It's number 6.
Go through the list. Yeah. Every situation you're in, just go through the list. Can I do one? No. Can I pray by myself after nits? Oh, well, I land at 10:17 and Zman Tefillah is 10:30. Oh, I could pray by myself after nits. That's better. Nits, it's not the Zman Tefillah.
So, not praying by yourself after the nets is
better than praying with the minyan before nits.
So if I land at 3 p.m.
No, you miss Zman Tefillah. No good. So you have to say, can I pray in the plane? I can't pray in the plane. Okay, can I pray in the Uber? I can't do it. Okay, so I'll pray in the house. You have to go through the list.
Okay. This is something I actually tried last time. How about if I wrap my feeling? I don't pray, then I can pray on the plane.
Perfect.
Nobody knows I'm praying.
Yeah, or the opposite. Or the opposite. You put your feeling later in the right time and pray in the plane. Yeah, that's good. I do that. When I travel for business, I do that a lot.
Stand up, innocently, or maybe even sitting down and do my funah.
Yeah.
Moving my legs.
That's what I do when I travel. I pray the Amidah. If I know I got to the hotel room 2 p.m., I'll put my tefillin on, I'll say Shema like a mensch, and that's what I do. Okay, ready? So it says Chacham Ovadia. Yeah, you can't concentrate. But Bili Tefillin, it's okay. Bili Tefillin is not so bad. Yeah? Okay. Masechet Berachot Amru. Masechet Berachot it says, Abu ad Shmuel v'Levi kishius otzim laderech v'maktimim u'mitpalim. Abu ad Shmuel v'Levi. The father Shmuel and Levi, when they used to go traveling, they used to pray early, says the Gemara. What does it mean, pray early? So Rashi says they used to pray before Amud HaShahar. Before Amud HaShahar. That's before any of the Zemanim. Tosafot says, no way. It's Asur to pray for Amud HaShahar. Must be they were praying after Amud HaShahar, before Netz. That's the Zman. Let's say now, 6:30. Netz Hama 7 o'clock. That's what we're talking about. 6:30, 6:40. Tosafot says, must be they were praying after Amud HaShahar, before Netz. Because you cannot pray before Amud HaShahar. Even B'di Avad. If you woke up early to pray, let's say you had a flight, and you woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning and you prayed Amidah, it's worth nothing today. You got to do it again. Before Amud HaShahad is nothing. It's zero. It's still nighttime. And so Tosafot says, It cannot be. It has to be they used to pray when they had traveling after Amud Shahad before Nitz. Manash Haruch says the same thing. Rambam says the same thing, that you cannot pray at all before Amud Shahad. Now, how long is Amud Shahad? Amud Shahad is the question. והנה, זמן עמוד השחר שאינו ממחלוקת הפוסקים. In Masechet Pesachim, it seems to teach us that Amud Shahad is 72 minutes before sunrise. And the Rambam seems to say in a different place that it's a little bit different. I'm going to skip this whole paragraph and say that most people hold it's 72 minutes before sunrise. It's Sha'ah Homish. So it's an hour and a fifth. Really in Sha'ah Zamaniyot, but to make it easier, we'll just use American minutes. 72 minutes, which is Sha'ah Homish. Sha'ah is 60 minutes, and a Homish, 20% is another 12 minutes to 72 minutes. So now sunrise is 7 o'clock, and so 6 o'clock is Sha'ah, and another 12 minutes before, 48. So 5:48 would be, if you prayed 5:47, it's zero. Absolutely zero. If you prayed after 5:48, if Nitz was 7 o'clock, B'shat Dahak, Yotze. Okay. Now, yeah. No, dawn is Nitz. No, dawn is Amud. Near the sunrise, yeah.
So here it says that for North Hollywood, California, our area, the Nets is, let's say today.
6:59.
Okay, the Nets today is 7:02.
So 72 minutes.
The dawn, he says the
5:50.
It's more than 7.
Maybe it's using Sha'ah Zamaniyot. I don't know. There's a lot of different calculations. Yeah, there's so many shittot also, so I'm not sure. Also, Sha'ot Zamaniyot can be way different. But generally speaking, we want to try to catch sunrise because that's the best thing. So now, I think personally, the end of this halakha is very interesting. Moshe, you with me or with us? Because he's giving advice to people like my dad, who used to have to run to work early. But I think that the concepts here, it shows you what the poskim allow you to skip and compromise. And so I think those concepts, you can use them if you need to in other scenarios. Therefore, it seems. What should you teach to the po'alim, to the people who have to work? 10 points for who knows where that pasuk is from. Where is that lashon from? Atzim, Aleph Tzadi Yud Mem. Atzim lemelachtam. It's from the Torah. It's from Parashat Shemot. It's from the workers. Paro. It says the people were atzim lemelachtam. I love when they take it from the Torah. What should they do? יתחילו בפרשת העקדה והקורבנות בפתאום הקטורת ב-90 דקות לפני החסמה. Start korbanot 90 minutes before nitz, because it gives you 18 minutes for korbanot. Yeah? With me? I'm talking to nobody. You start 90 minutes before nitz. באופן שיתחילו ברוך שאמר רק לאחר שיגיע זמן של 72 דקות. Therefore, you get the ברוך שאמר by עמוד השחר, right? 18 minutes for korbanot. 70. So if you start 90 minutes before, then before sunrise, you're at Baruch She'amad 72 minutes before sunrise, which is Amud HaShahat, the Firov HaPoskim. ולא יתעטפו בטלית, ולא יניחו תפילין, אלא עד לאחר שיסיימו הזמירות עם ברכת ישתבח. After ישתבח, they should put telet and tefillin, which is my dad used to do this every single day. Yeah, I thought it was like, it's not an enjoyable tefillah at all if you're not in a rush. It's horrible. But this is what you have to do. You put telet tefillin between yishtabah and yotzer or. שבינתיים יגיע הזמן של הנחתם, which is כדי שיראה, ואז יתעטפו בטלית ואין תפילין. They put it with a beracha in between yishtabah and yotzer or. And then you say, חצי קדיש וברכו, ברכת יוצר, עד תפילת העמידה. תפילת שמונה עשרה יאמר שליח ציבור בקול רם, כדי לומר יחד עם קהל קידושה. You say the one עמידה loud, so you do קידושה, and then ימשיך את תפילת שמונה עשרה בלחש. Everyone else finishes their עמידה, ואין צורך להתפלל חזרה. You don't have to do חזרה in such a situation, מכיוון שהזמן מצומצם, because there's no time for חזרה. והפועלים ממהרים לעשות מלאכתם, everyone's running to go to work, וליבם בר עמם, and they're not paying attention anyway, because Rambam, remember the shiur we gave on this? Rambam wrote two teshuvot in Hazara, on Hazat Hashat. Rambam wrote, don't do Hazara twice. And one of the reasons he gave is nobody's paying attention. Okay, now, let's skip this. And then, if they still have time to pray, then they should do niflat apayim and shalat tefillah. They can do anna and yastecha and everything. V'im lav, if there's no time, yidaligu havidui and niflat apayim. You should skip anna. מכיוון שלדעת הגאונים, המילה נפילת אפיים בכל יום אין החובה. According to the Geonim, anna is never an obligation. It's a mahloket if it is. The Geonim hold it's not an obligation.
We hold that.
Oh, no, we don't hold this up. We do it. We don't hold this up. Hoba. No. We do it. You should do it. So that's why I'm saying the guidelines here, they can be extrapolated to different situations. You have to know. You don't want to cheat the system.
When you do pray yahave on Monday and Thursday.
Hold on, right here. We're going right now. Okay, now. Niflat apayim, if you have time, do it. If you don't have time, don't do it, right? ולכן כשהזמן מצומצם מאוד, יכולים לדלג, if you're doing נפילת apayim, you skip it if you don't have time. ואומר השליח ציבור חצי קדיש after the Quran, and then אשר ישב בביתך and ובא לציון, and קדיש תקבל, because those three are very, very important. Ashteh, whoever says Ashteh 3 times every day is muftah lo shemin olam haba. And the Gemara says that Ubal Tzion is very, very, very important, and that's the people holding up the world. And therefore, we don't want to miss those two things. And then Kaddish Kabal, it wraps up the Amidah. Fine. Now, let's skip a little bit here. Now, Ve'az Rashaim Nahalos Tefillin. He says over here, even some hold you cannot leave shul until Ubal Tzion is over, because it's very important. And then take the tefillin off. Uvayom Sheni v'Hamishi, on Monday and Thursday. K'she'azman mitzumtzam, when it's really very pressed for time. Ve'en sha'od lo vidui, and nifilat apayim, ve'el mechoshev, ve'hurahum, ve'yachat inzo kriyat HaTorah. How are you supposed to do all these things? Yesh la'adif kriyat HaTorah, she'ikara mitakanat Moshe Rabbeinu v'nevi'im, ve'arhabat ha'takana Eliezer HaSofer, over nifilat apayim. If you only have time for Anna or for kriyat HaTorah, you gotta do kriyat HaTorah on Monday and Thursday. Fine. And then he says at the end, then everyone can go to work. We're skipping the Anna on Monday and Thursday, skipping Tefillah. All the rest they should do by heart on the way to the train. This is his advice for those who have a rush. This is my dad did every single day, because you have to catch a train. If they were even 2 minutes late out of shul, they will all miss the train from New Jersey to New York. Everybody would lose their job that day. And so, sometimes like in days like today, they would pray on the train.
Yes.
Yeah, they do all this on the train. You got to be at work. Yeah. So they had a whole different thing. I was never on the train with him, thank God. But the whole group of Syrians that go from New Jersey to Manhattan every single day is what you got to do. So on a regular day, this is what they did. And I learned when I got older, I don't have to go to work, so I shouldn't even be in this minyan. Now, there's a couple things to know. Number one, if the minyan needs you, if these guys are not going to have a minyan without you, you're supposed to go support the minyan. Doesn't mean you should pray with them, but at least you should come and answer amen to help the shul have minyan, these guys. We're talking now if the minyan doesn't need you. And so I think, just my personal opinion, I don't have a doubt. Listen, I'm not being posek, but I don't have a doubt in my mind that the concepts here of the preference of what you're allowed to skip in order to make it work would apply even in our situation. If you're allowed to skip these things in order to pray in the worst possible time, in my opinion, kal v'chomer, you're allowed to make these compromises to pray in the best of time, which is netzah. And so I don't have any doubt in my mind that Hakam Ovadia, if he was here today, right here with us, he would say the same thing. Oh, you guys have to go to work, but you're trying to pray with nets, you're trying to do the right thing. Definitely skip the niflat apayim and say it on the way to work. I don't have a doubt in my mind. If you can do this to make b'di'avad zman, why can't you do this to make the right zman? For sure, you should be able to. There's a list here of what you can compromise on. There's something called zman mitzumtzam. It's not black and white. There are people we have to run. We have to go to work. There's compromises we can make. And so we have a list here we can use. And if we need it, I think we should use it in order to pray to feel up his mental. That's my personal opinion. Baruch Adonai Olam, Amen ve'amen. Rabbi Hananiah, no, we don't have minyan, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9, huh? We have 9? I think, in my opinion, we should do these things in order to pray with. No, we have 9.